All right, so yesterday, some pretty big news dropped. SlowYe from ATK announced that he would be leaving the team. And it's probably the biggest news that we've had in local Counter-Strike in a while, actually, over the past few months. So it's quite a big deal. And that's probably what's actually got me up making a video at 20 past 8 in the morning. I was out last night. I went to Rumors at Straydon Park. I have some amazing live music there. And last night, first band we saw was Far From Familiar. Great. And then the guy from Satanic Dacha Orgy, Peter Blackbeard. He did his own solo thing. So sick, bro. And then afterwards was Steve Umculo. And I need more Steve in my life. That was just so sick. Like, you guys should check it out. Steve, UMCULO. South African artist. He does like looping and stuff, but what a vibe. I needed last night. It was great. I was actually going to stream last night and like talk about the things I'm going to talk about here in the video, but didn't quite work out. Why the fuck am I awake at 8 o'clock as well, by the way? Like, normally when you go out for a night, you you sleep in a little bit, right? But like, I've gotten to that point now. I feel like I'm not getting old, but like, it's like when you wake up, you can't just roll over anymore. Your body's like, nah, you're awake now. So, enough about the semantics and the shenanigans. Let's jump into the news here. Let's jump into the news. So here's the tweet. This is what got released yesterday, first by ATK. We are saddened to announce that one of the most hardworking individuals in ZA Esports will be hanging up his mouse to pursue other opportunities. Thank you to SlowYe for all your time and effort while with ATK. You'll be sorely missed. All the very best. Be hanging up his mouse to pursue other opportunities. What does that mean? I mean, I know what the words mean, but what other opportunities is he pursuing? It's always like an easy way to when a player leaves a team type of thing. You know, got other things on the horizon. But what is actually going on below the surface here? That's what I want to know. So SlowYe, he releases the tweet, the day has come was the hardest decision I've ever had to make. The day has come, like, probably didn't expect that anytime soon considering they've just been talking about going overseas. Hardest decision I've ever had to make, and I wish my teammates all the best going forward. I know you guys will destroy NA. Now, this is the one that had me, like... That's the one that had me a little bit more, like, suspect. Now, I'm going to be honest, like... I've been skeptical of this ATK, this project for them to go overseas for a while now. And I haven't really said anything publicly because... These are all my friends, and frankly, like, even if they weren't my friends, you still want the best for them because they're from the South African Counter-Strike scene, and like, if they succeed, then we succeed, and everybody succeeds, essentially, so... I always wanted the best for them, always wanted it to work out and everything, obviously. But I've just been skeptical about it for a while, for like a few months now. And the reason for that is like, and I think the biggest point of skepticism goes back to like when they announced that they would be, you know, it's when they won EGL 1 Season 2. They beat what was it, Goliath in the final 3-1. Goliath had just taken a map off of them. ADM and Elusive and the lot did a great job in that final. And then they announced they were taking a break afterwards. And ATK announced, like, that's the last competition we're going to be playing because we're going to North America in a couple of weeks. I think it was like 2 weeks was the time limit given in that moment. They all stopped playing. They took a break from Counter-Strike so that they could prepare for, you know, so that they could be in a good mental shape once they had arrived. Actually, they were going to be going to fucking Serbia at that point, I think, still. Or somewhere in Europe. But here's the thing that gets me the most. As my alarm goes off. It's an alarm for every day, by the way. But here's the thing that gets me the most is that how can you be committing to saying you're going overseas in 2 weeks when like you haven't got the visa sorted out yet? I understand the plan is to go, but you know, the way that it got painted was like, this is, and I don't know if this is like my interpretation, and if it is, then just take it as such. If you had the same thought, then yeah, maybe this is a bit more of a common one, but like, I don't know how they could be committing to saying that they're going overseas when they haven't actually got like the physical visas sorted out yet. I think they had a place to stay and all the rest, like that's like kind of figured out. But visas are a be all and end all. Another thing that's kind of got me weirded out, and I might have missed it, is that like we haven't seen the ATK account like tweeting officially about them moving the team any time recently, at least. Like I even had to ask the players if it's okay if I tweeted about it, because I didn't want to be like putting something out there that wasn't official yet. Like I didn't want to spread hearsay or spread rumors or anything. So I would always ask like, dude, is this okay for me to tweet this? Is this like really happening? Is this a thing? And I always get the go ahead. I always get the green light, you know? I'm just saying it's weird how I didn't see anything from the ATK official account over the past few months about them going. Unless I missed it. Like I said, there's a good chance that I missed it. That's not like outside of the realm of possibility. So take that with a pinch of salt. Here's the, you know, I've spoken about why I've been skeptical about this project. And mostly it's been about like not having the visas, but still always be, and it's been like a while now if we think about it. I mean, when did the conversations about them going overseas actually start? If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like maybe September last year, like when they won VS. I'm pretty sure that after they won VS, I'm pretty sure that was like the thought that they'd be going overseas soon after that. So yeah, like my point is that this has been like in the makings for like what, like maybe a year now, that we're going to go to North America and then Europe for a bit and then North America and then just North America. So it's been a long period of time that we've heard about this, and like everyone's been constantly like, everyone's got blue balls waiting for this to happen, but it's just not happening. It just hasn't the like final stretch. They haven't gotten on the fucking flight yet. We haven't seen that amazing photo of all the boys lined up at the airport about to board their plane. And it sucks. It sucks that it hasn't come to fruition yet. Like, what is it? Is it a lack of resources? Is it the pandemic? Are visas not getting accepted? You know? Well, what's going on? Why is this not happening? You know, why is this not going through? What's been stopping it? Here's the point that this was like all on my mind over the past few months. Everything I've said so far, right? But I've still been like, I know the least in the situation compared to all of them. So there must be some like master plan going on. But now with SlowYe announcing what he did yesterday and ATK announcing the news, like, it's just kind of, that's like kind of put the cherry on the top for me at that point, where it's like, okay, there's a problem here. There's a problem here. SlowYe's not going to, he's not going to sit around for like a year, like I said, waiting to go overseas and being promised, you know, that you're going to go overseas. Can you imagine like waking up every day for a long period of time thinking like you're on the cusp of achieving your ultimate dream? Like, it's a massive, like everyone thinks ATK have been riding the high life and having the best time because this has been like this far away from happening. But can you imagine how stressed they've actually been the entire time? Can you imagine how stressed these guys have been? We talking about fucking young guys, man. Like, obviously, a few of them are a bit more like adulty, like SlowYe. Don't know how old Spray is. But like Blaze, Mistim, Mango, Fade's still like 22 or something like that. Like, young guys, man, who would have been stressing about these situations, like putting a lot of other stuff on their life on hold as well. Whether it's like education, work opportunities, just like things in general, you know, like this was a massive commitment, like even relationships and shit. Like, no, I'm going overseas, I'm moving over. Like, this has been their mindset for a year now. So why the fuck is SlowYe leaving? That's why for me this is like a serious cause for concern now. And I put that tweet out saying like, this actually raises more questions than it answers with ATK, because after a whole year of waiting to go overseas, and kind of sounds like it's been like, I don't want to say promised, but it's been in the pipeline the entire time, and the way that it's been depicted to the outside is that it's definitely happening. Like there's no two ways about it. I mean, fuck, they got an invite to ESEA Advanced. I mean, like that's crazy. There was some seriously good teams on that sheet, and there was a great place for them to start in the ESEA leagues there. So that for me was like sick. There we go. They got invited to ESEA Advanced. That's like the final. Obviously, they're going now. I mean, you're not going to get yourselves an invite or like, you know, work that out if you don't have a plan to definitely be there, in my opinion. And their first game is in 11 days. So they have to get from here to America in the next 10 days to play that official the day after. Doesn't seem realistic to me, gonna be honest. Especially because SlowYe has left. If they were going to be leaving in the next 10 days, SlowYe would not have retired. This is the thing, guys. Like, why is SlowYe retiring? What's going on in ATK right now? Like, you don't retire when you're on the cusp of going overseas when it's something you've been waiting for an entire year. I kind of am fearing the worst here for ATK. I'm going to be completely honest, at least for the Counter-Strike team. Don't like it, obviously, at all. Not happy. Actually, shattered for the lads if it is the worst case scenario that I'm kind of alluding to here, but I think that ATK need to be honest with the players about what's happening, and maybe they are. Maybe they're all on the same page. I'm not making assumptions here. This is just my opinion on how I think that the situation needs to be dealt with. I think they need to be very honest with the ATK guys and tell them whether this is something that is going to happen or not, and no more like, yeah, we're doing our best, we're going to try and find. No, like, is this going to happen? Is this going to work out? Because these guys need to move on with their lives as well. And with SlowYe leaving, I mean, he even says in his tweets, I know you guys will destroy NA. But he wouldn't have left if they were going to NA anytime soon. So my takeaway is like, it's probably not happening in the next few weeks, but they're still going to try and make it happen. The next question that gets raised is like, now who do they replace him with? Do they try and find somebody in South Africa to slot into the system? Do they pick up somebody in North America to join the team? Probably the best option, because then you don't need visa problems, or like you don't need him to have a visa. Probably need him to be in the state that you're going to move to, or you move him there as well. Like, so many variables in that regard. Like, who do they pick up to replace SlowYe? Such a high impact player as well. It's not like you can just find a SlowYe on the streets, man. Like, on the impact the guy had on his CT side, the amount he worked on his craft as well over the past few months. Seriously upped his rifle game, having a lot of impact on the T side. He's probably one of the leaders in the group as well. I always remember Mistum telling me he would keep everybody super calm and like in a good headspace. Like, SlowYe added a lot more to that team than just a fragger. And I think the last few months of his game was indicative of that. He's even been doing a lot of coaching and stuff recently. So like that also, he was telling me how that's like enhanced his like the mental side of the game for him and how he reads the game, and he's becoming a well-rounded player, man. And how he leaves the team. So yeah, the point of this video is just to kind of put my thoughts out there in terms of how I've been feeling over the past few months with this entire project. Super skeptical. Spoken to a few people about how skeptical I am and why I felt this way. And now with SlowYe actually just dropping this bomb, it's kind of solidified the way I've thought and what I've thought's going on here. So yeah, hopefully I'm fucking wrong and SlowYe just had like an epiphany that, you know, like this could also be a realistic outcome. Hopefully SlowYe just had an epiphany that he didn't want to play like professional Counter-Strike and he didn't want to be in North America. I mean, I know he's got a girlfriend here in South Africa and he's got his family, he's got all his friends as well. So maybe he had like a realization that I actually just don't want to be in North America. Fair enough. Rather do that now before you end up committing and like going and getting there. And it's like, yeah, this isn't really what I want to do actually. So, I mean, props to the guy for making the call, making the jump, not going to hang around sort of in limbo anymore. He wants a bit of certainty and security in his life, and I think that's fair enough, man. So, yeah, let's wait and see what the next set of news to come out of the ATK camp is. Like I said, guys, it is still early here on a Saturday morning, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be making a lot more videos. I'm going to make a lot more videos and just upload them. I'm not gonna like focus like, oh, what's the best time? Like what, thumbnail and all that. Nah, just gonna record it. You see, no graphics or anything as well. No borders or cool shit. Should have added like a haze casting somewhere in there, but on my YouTube channel. But yeah, more content to come. So if you'd be so kind, hit the channel with a subscribe, and let me know your guys' thoughts on the ATK situation, man. What do you guys think's happening? What do you think is going to happen? Yeah, let's post like 2 questions, if you guys are keen on adding to the conversation here with me. The one I want to know is, what do you think is happening with ATK? Like, what's your opinion on all the information that's out there right now? What's happening? And the second is, assuming that they do stay as a team with their current roster, their 5, including the coach, who do they add? Who do you think their options are? Do they pick up someone in America? Or do they try and find somebody here in South Africa to take along with them? I'll leave you guys with those thoughts. Hopefully some better days to be coming through for ATK soon.